It's meaty, it's cheesy. You can eat it with your hands, so it's right in my wheelhouse. This is my Chicago-style steak burrito with a sidecar of salsa verde.
Salsa verde.
Good steak, limited amount of ingredients, no rice, no beans.
Yeah, no filler.
So that's it.
No filler.
Just good steak, cheese, crema, and a good house-made salsa.
I see that.
And we'll get to the good steak right now, which is, Jeffrey...
Amazing. Outside skirt.
Outside skirt, the king of steaks, right?
Not the inside skirt.
Not the inside. Those are floppy and long and sometimes way chewier than this. This is tighter. Look at those striations in there, Sonny. Tight, beautiful. If you can get yourself a prime one, splurge. It's worth the marbling.
Look at those striations, but it's more like, yeah.
Now we're gonna hit it with the little magic seasoning here, some store-bought adobo seasoning.
Okay.
There's a lot of flavor in here.
Oh, you're gonna have oregano, paprika, garlic, onion powder,
And you know what else is in there, Sonny? Sometimes a little MSG.
Yeah, I love MSG. Make stuff good.
Make stuff good.
It tastes good, doesn't it?
Now look at that side. That's my
Wow, there's some good fat on there.
So I got it on a wire rack sheet pan here. We're gonna rub it. We're gonna put it in the fridge. Listen, you got the time, you got the know-how. Put it in the fridge overnight. Let it dry out.
Though, Jeff. You don't want to get your fingers dirty.
What's that?
You didn't rub it.
No, I rubbed it. I rubbed it with my eyes, Sonny. All right.
You're turning into GZ.
I know, exactly. I got a lot to get to here, okay? I have to wash my hands. We're slowing things down. Jeffrey, I need you. Okay, there you go. Doesn't even need my guidance. I want Jeffrey to thinly shave the iceberg. I would have preferred it a little more shaved than that. We're gonna slice the avocado. We're gonna dice the tomato. Okay. Now I got my grill pan hot and ready to go here. We'll get a little oil on
I like that step of letting it rest in the fridge. It just, the rub becomes one with the steak.
Right.
You know?
It's pretty hard to over-season raw beef.
Really, it is.
I don't know. I've been in some competitions where I get dinged for it.
Yeah, aggressively seasoned. So we're gonna let that roll, right? Don't touch it. Jeffrey, you're doing a great job right now. I'm gonna get to my salsa, starting with some charred tomatillos you can do on your grill. You can do them in your broiler. You can do them on your grill pan or do them outside. It just kind of activates everything.
Tomatillos are tart and green.
Yeah.
Delicious. When you pick them, when you get them at the grocery store, the husk should be sticky.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be dry and pulled away. It should be sticky. You should feel the need to go to the sink when you pull the husk off and rinse it off of it.
I had some onions that were quartered, got a nice char on them, did them with the skin on to keep it intact when we charred it, and then took that outside rough skin off. Same thing with a couple, you know, I like to do my garlic right in here so it doesn't burn, but you get that essence, pop it right out of there. It's just like pure char flavor, delicious. Some fresh lime juice. I like to do some rehydrated ancho chilies. And of course, a charred poblano, we did the same way. Put that right in there, super simple, food processor, kind of salsa here. A little agave. And those tomatillos are so, because we did pick the right ones, they're so just juicy that we'll get a lot in there. Pulse it up first, keep an eye on your steak. Jeffrey's doing it so well, buddy. I got some fresh cilantro I like to add kind of at the end, just to keep the visual up.
This is really close to a green mole.
Yeah.
I love it.
And look at that, it just smells great. It needs, obviously, a good amount of salt. We got that sweetness in there. I'll put our fresh Jeffrey. Cilantro. Good job there. You're all done, honey. But hey, do you want to flip my steak for me?
Sure.
Check it out while I'm doing this. Here we go. Almost got me. Let's see.
Ooh.
How we looking?
It's right there.
It's right there.
Right there.
Gorgeous.
Now,
You're
why is it
showing
so
off
charred?
Yeah, no longer.
Right? You're like, okay, we didn't move it. We got a hot grill. That's obvious. But it is that dehydration
Crust.
and kind of dry brine overnight that really gets it just, that exterior ready for the heat.
Almost barkish.
Char is a
Barkish, if I may.
flavor. People forget. Char is a
It
flavor.
is, and a texture.
Now look at that. That is a nice, well-rested steak.
Wow.
Now comes like a very important part, right? You need to kind of let it rest completely before you cut it, because you don't want all that juices to run into your burrito.
True.
Because we're gonna have some juicy elements in there. You just need a sharp knife. And again, those striations, Sonny, that run this way, not that way.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut this along those at first.
Along the striations, and then you're gonna come back and cube.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I like these bite-sized
It's
pieces.
counterintuitive, but intuitive.
It's counter.
Now And we cut, so it's almost like, a traditional dice, if you would.
Yes.
Cut it into planks first and then turn it and cut it into small dice so you can really taste the steak, but you're not wrestling with it.
The outside
in there.
skirt is just insanely good.
Isn't it good? And that's just
so
that store-bought adobo seasoning.
You know the way I like to describe it is like a folded sheet of paper, but you could use this napkin. If these are the striations and you're just cutting this way, when you get that piece of meat, you're going like this.
Brilliant.
It's tight. But when you cut it this way, now you're chewing and the meat is just falling apart.
Oh, my mouth's watering.
Yeah, good. Same here.
Yes.
I want to eat a burrito. Right.
Now,
I want that little end piece.
You know the best part of a burrito, though, Jeff?
I know the end.
The end piece.
The pocket.
Yes.
The fold.
And it starts to get mushy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or a chimichanga when it's fried
Oh,
and it's
stop it.
crunchy on the fold. Come on.
That's my cheat meal right there.
Yeah.
Wow, you want the
Look at that.
Look at that.
Throw it right there.
Amazing.
I mean, first of all,
It's gonna rest.
we took the time to really pay attention to the steak, right? We're a meat-packing town, Chicago. We do love our steak. These burrito joints do, cook it very well. And it's always fresh and always charred.
I
Okay,
mean,
Now,
do what you do.
beautiful.
medium and fine.
All right, I love
You
it.
do, Jeff.
All right, here we go. Now comes the layering. First, just sour cream. Love it. But it's also our glue. And again, almost crust to crust is a must with this. But I love like a nice even burrito where every bite is nearly identical. Okay. Now, next, Jeffrey,
Yes.
the iceberg. Spread across like this. Again, you need that hydration in there. You need that. What's going on?
We had a
You guys are, just when I thought we had a
that
bond.
is full coverage. Interesting.
All right.
I love your techniques always.
Thank you very much. Then we're gonna do a little jitomate. All right. Not too many. These are juicy. You just get a little color in there. But again, I like going all the way almost
Was
to
there
the
a
edge.
spackle of sour cream that
Yep.
happened? Okay.
That was under the lettuce. You guys were busy eating all my steak.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I
Dirty.
love some
You've done
sour
me dirty.
cream on my burrito.
You see what we did?
Yeah, we see it, Jeff.
I paid
Full
for the
coverage.
upgrade. I paid for the upgrade of the avocado.
When are you gonna put this on?
I'm so
Just-
confused by the
no.
full coverage on your
I
burrito.
know, I've never
But
seen
you are the
this.
sandwich king.
We're gonna add a little Chihuahua cheese, which is a great Mexican melting cheese. Again, in the hot meat goes on the cheese.
Okay.
So we're thinking of, it's almost like building a sandwich, right? That's a good amount of
I
steak.
need to see this
This
fold
is going to
happen.
be a burrito as big as your head.
I just
Almost.
don't know how the fold is going to happen. I need
All right.
aerial
Just
coverage
gonna
of
hit
this.
it with a little sal. And now we can tuck and roll, kids.
This is crazy.
Right?
This is a big one.
Ow! Oh.
Jeff,
Oh!
Wow.
you didn't even leave a lip. You
Look
just
at that.
What do you do with that?
That is disrespectful to all previous burrito
Wow.
roll-ups. And I
Wow,
like
wow.
it, Jeff.
How is that? Look at that
You gonna
beast.
seal the bottom?
We're gonna seal the bottom on the flat top, but we're not gonna do that until we return. So don't go anywhere because Jeffrey's gonna pair this with an extra special boozy drink. Don't go nowhere.
Ooh. Crazy, Jeff. Coming up, a fruity twist on a restaurant-style margarita at home. Oh, that's bomb, GC.
That is
That's refreshing.
Whoa.
And later, Sonny's giving a signature malt treat a nutty makeover. We are back and making epic takeout dishes at home. My Chicago-style steak burrito is just about ready for the griddle. Okay, remember how I layered them and what makes the Chicago-style burrito? This was my order in Chicago growing up, and I love it. But good steak, no beans, no rice, good salsa, just a good layered burrito, and that's what I look for, okay? Especially after a couple drinky poos, Jeffrey. All right, what I'm gonna do, one little thing, seal the deal here. Don't neglect this step.
Burrito 101.
Burrito 101.
So you can make these ahead of time.
Right where the seam is.
Sure, sure.
All right, so we're gonna leave these on here for a little bit, hit the top and the bottom, give it a couple minutes, golden brown, adds that texture, kind of helps cook out that kind of rawness too of the tortilla. All right, while you're shaking, I'm gonna just point out
that's perfect.
the double
Jeff.
coverage here of this finely
Perfect.
wrapped
Beautiful.
and made burrito. Again, that's all flavor, that's texture. I think it's very necessary. Now, guess what I'm gonna do while Jeffrey's shaking up here?
A very
I'm
necessary
gonna wrap it.
step.
Yeah, yeah. I do this at home because it's great. You have
Right?
to.
And this way,
steam.
right, when you're waiting, it's late night and you
Yep.
hear that crackle.
And
of
now
the
they sell
paper.
parchment paper already cut to size.
I know, it's so
I'm
great.
so lazy now, yeah.
And then, I like the parchment to kind of, keep it from, just keep it
Sticking?
contained and sticking. And then obviously, Before I wrap this last one, I need to do a little cross-section cut.
So we can see it. I
So you
thought you
can
were
see
gonna do
it.
that after you. Okay. Do
Let's
it,
see it.
Jeff. Let us see what's going on, Jeff.
Right down the middle.
Oh, no Suresh.
Ooh.
That's a burrito.
Everything in every bite, America. Okay, and internationally, that's the Sandwich King right there. You've only done this a few times on the show, and every time you do it, spectacular.
Thank you very much.
Everything in every bite. And you know, that's tantamount to a good burrito.
Amen.
I don't want to be biting the
Amen.
left and you only get the cheese and the lettuce
I
and
hate
you
it.
go to the right to get to
Amen.
everything
We got a
in every
nice
bite.
tight roll so it cradles all those drippings and gets better as you go down. I do like having a burrito, and then a lot of joints have it, then wrap it, so you can kind of,
So they cut it first.
yep.
Yeah, or they'll cut it in the wrap. I'll take
Boom.
it either way. Yeah.
I'm gonna give you this.
I would also like to see Jeffrey taste his first burrito.
You know, we
I-
discussed that on commercial break, and he has had a burrito adjacent. He's had a wrap.
Mini
Some of
wraps.
this in
Yeah.
one too.
Right? You unwrap it, you get it home, you get it in the car, you get it on the stand.
In the car, I think it's a
Go.
car sandwich. No, because
Look at
nothing
that.
can come out.
How is that
You got
green?
that?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know what?
How can it be bad?
And you never let, yep, you gotta keep it upright, Johnny, like that.
Yeah.
You gotta keep it upright.
Jeff,
Sorry.
this is delicious.
You know what? It doesn't need beans.
No, man, when you got good steak.
Nah.
No.
Beans are creamy, and I get it. Like, if I get a burrito, it's got beans in it, fine. But rice is just filler to me. Kind of like, you know, a chili in Texas. We don't want the beans. Give me all the meat. I know you called this Chicago style, Jeff. But the juicy steak, that outside skirt, you know what I mean?
It's slightly reminiscent of like a sub.
You cut it down properly.
There's something in there that's like kind of sandwichy. I'm just saying.
Iceberg
It's
lettuce.
the iceberg.
Sorry.
Delicious, okay? Que rico, okay? Jeff, delicious on 10. And then, Jeezy, this drink, you have time and time again increased my liquor collection. I'm going out
You're gonna buy a
to
bottle.
get some of that melon liqueur.
You're never gonna have time to make a drink. You're gonna have to move.
Yeah, trust me, I've got enough space in the
You need a
cabinet. I am
barn.
ready to go. You must try this. It's so
So
delicious.
good.